So let us start with the first point. What do you mean by injuries? So what do you mean by injury? Injury is nothing but it is a thing, or injuries is an instance of being injured. That means you are being injured. So these injuries can be or by the weapons. You got a weapon known as blunt weapon and the sharp weapon. What do you mean by blunt weapon? Blunt weapon is not having a sharp edge. Right? What is a blunt weapon? Blunt weapon is not having a sharp edge. What is sharp weapon? Sharp weapon is having a sharp edge, right? So the injuries can be by the blunt weapon and it can be a sharp weapon, right? Say example, stick, right? That is a blunt weapon. So what all can a stick cause? Right? It can cause abrasion, it can cause contusion, it can cause laceration. Now what do the sharp weapon cause? The sharp weapon cause stab wounds and incised wounds, right? So if you want to know the just brief regarding what is abrasion, it is a process of scraping or wearing or scraping away something, right? Say in the skin, in this aspect epidermis, we'll be dealing that in detail. But what is contusion? Contusion is a region of injured tissue or the skin in which blood capillaries have been ruptured, right? It is an injured, it is a region of injured tissue. That is a region of injured tissue where the blood capillaries are ruptured, right? So what is laceration? Laceration is a deep cut or tear in skin, right? It's a deep cut or tear in the skin, right? So this is what you have to understand regarding a brief, but we'll be dealing in detail. But right now we will go something in detail regarding this sharp weapon, as we know that right now this sharp weapon can cause injuries, and this injury can be stab wound, right? It can be a stab wound and it can be incised wound, right? And now we'll be dealing about the stab wounds. Stab wounds nothing but this, remember that, say a stab means you have got under the stab wound. Remember that this stab wound, it can be because of iron rod or it can be because of knife sharp. Again this stab wound is divided into, or it is of punctured wound, and it has got penetrating wound, and next we have got perforating wound, right? So what do you mean by punctured wound? Punctured wound is nothing but is like an injection. It enters tissue, not the cavities. What is penetrating? It enters the cavity, right? So what is perforating? It enters and crosses the cavity here. Say example, in this scenario, if you see the diagram at this aspect, you can see the injection is given at this aspect, and you can see there is entry, there is no exit, right? So you have to understand the concepts of this, what actually the puncture wound is. Puncture wound is something like an injection where it enters the tissue, not the cavity. What is penetrating? It enters the cavity. Suppose if I take the knife and stab in your stomach, right? That's a cavity, right? So you have got, and that becomes the penetrating. And next you have got perforating. When I stab you, if it pierces on either side, the front when it comes back, and that is known as perforating. And these three, they come under stab wound. But now we will be discussing something regarding this penetrating wound. We already discussed that, and the perforating wound, and we'll be discussing something regarding a weapon, right? We'll be discussing regarding weapons. We already discussed the stab of 3 types. Let's discuss about the weapons. So what can we discuss about the weapons? You can understand that these weapons are of 2 types, right? You got a single edged weapon and you have got double edged weapon. So what do you mean by single edged weapon? So you should understand that. So if you see the first one, right? So yeah, you can see here, this is a knife where this is a sharp edge, right? This you got a sharp edge, and this is a blunt, right? And when I penetrate or when I pierce in your body, when I see, it results somewhat like this, right? Why does it result somewhat like this? You can observe that. Suppose if this is a skin here, right? I have pierced now. I took a knife where it has one side sharp and one side blunt. Say example, this is a left side is a blunt and right side where the sharp side of the knife has pierced. So when I pierce that, this sharp knife which is of one side, it only cuts the collagen of right side, not the left side. So when it cuts the collagen of right side only, we can see the separation of the, or the, you can see the movement of the skin far away. So you cannot see, there is no cut of the collagen at the left side, so you can just see like that. So at the end what happens here is you can see tailing, right? So whenever you see a tailing in the weapon, right, whenever you see the tailing not in the weapon, on the skin, it means that he has used a single edged weapon, right? So this is what you have to understand. If you observe this, it is deeper at beginning, right, that is head of wound, and shallow at the end. So you can see at the, suppose if this is the case here, if you observe interior, right, it is deeper at the beginning. So wherever it pierces, right, it deeper at the beginning, that is head of the wound. If you see the shallow at the end, a tailing or wound, right, tailing of wound. So these, all these features, above features, helps to know so which type of weapon he used, whether he used single. So whenever you see a tailing, it means that he has used single weapon, right? If there is a deep at the beginning and a shallow, it means the head, and shallow at the end, that means he used single edged weapon. So now let us understand regarding this double edged weapon. So what is it trying to tell about the double edged weapon? When you use double edged weapon, right, when you pierce it, you can see the both the left side and the right side collagens are cut. So when the both sides are cut, you can see the shape of the wound is spindle shape, because that has got the collagen, it has cut the collagen at this aspect, collagen at this aspect, and you can see the shape, it's like a spindle shape, right? So this is all you have to understand regarding the double edged weapon, right? And next we have got something known as, they have given that, so it's given that the width of the wound does not correspond to the breadth of wound. So in stab wound, and depth of the wound does not correspond to the length of the blade in stab wound. So one thing you have to understand here is in the stab wound you have to understand depth of the wound is greater than the breadth. So let us understand the brief concepts regarding this first. So this is knife, right? So you should know the basic concepts of what is length, breadth, and all that. So you can see here, say example, if this is a box or something, so you can see this is length here, right, and this is breadth, and this is height. So how can we consider that in knife? So you can see in the knife, this is knife which I have used, right? You can see the anterior portion, you can see this is known as length, right? This is length, and this is known as this one, right? This is known as width of a knife. And you can see this as point, a small one, this is thickness or breadth of a wound. That means like difference, but right now you just understand that knife has got a length, this is a length, and this is the width, right, width of a knife, and this is the thickness of the knife. So how does it correspond to the shape of the wound? Suppose if I take about the length of the wound, when I pierce that, the length of the wound becomes the depth of the wound. So it corresponds, that means the length of the wound corresponds to the depth of the wound, right? The length of the knife corresponds to the depth of the wound. So if you see width, right, width gives me length. See, you can see this. So say example, this is a wound here. You can see at this aspect, this is the depth here, which is corresponded, which is by the length of this knife. And you can see this is the width of the knife. So when I pierce it like this, suppose if my pen is the knife here, when I pierce it, when it has entered inside this becomes the length of the knife, the breadth, and you can see that, and this becomes the width, and this becomes the width here. So you can see this is width here. The width of the knife tells us the length of the wound, right? So you can just remember next one, thickness here, thickness of the wound, right? So thickness tells us the breadth of the wound, right? It tells about the breadth of the wound. So this is what you have to understand that. So this is how, let's not try to by heart, you just imagine that it's a length and you got a width, all that. So now it is easy to understand whatever he tells. He tells that the width of the wound does not correspond to the breadth of the weapon, right? So in stab wound, and depth of the wound may not correspond to the length of the blade in the stab wound. So what is he trying to tell? So he is trying to tell that if you see, this is the width here, right, you can see that the width of this is the width of the wound. This width of the wound does not correspond to the breadth of the wound, right? So it does not correspond to the breadth of the wound. So you can just observe that this is the width of the wound, it does not correspond to the breadth of the wound, right? So it does not correspond to the breadth of the wound. And you have to understand that the one thing he told is depth of the wound may not correspond to the length of the wound. See, this is a depth of the wound, it may not correspond to the length of the knife, stab wound. So depth of the wound may not correspond to the length of the blade in stab wound, and width of the wound does not correspond to the breadth of the weapon, in stab wound. So this is what you have to understand regarding this. So that's all you have to understand that. Right. So now let us understand the next concepts of what is that? Harakiri, right? So what is this? What is this harakiri? So let me adjust this. So harakiri is a Japanese method of suicide. What it does is Japanese method of suicide where the person falls in ceremonial sword. He falls on that, he cuts at the abdomen, right? He transfers, there is a cut at the transverse cut at the abdomen here, and you can see evisceration of the organs. What is evisceration? It is removal of visceral or the internal organs, especially those of abdominal cavity. So this is what the harakiri means, right? So this is all you have to understand regarding this, the introduction of the injuries, regarding the length, width and thickness, all that. So I think I have not missed, and you have to remember this. So during this process of harakiri, the Japanese method of suicide, the cell abdomen, so the person dies, the cut abdomen, the person dies due to shock and hemorrhage, right? The cut is made at abdomen, and the person dies because of shock and hemorrhage, right? So this is what you have to understand. I already spoke about the length, I spoke about the width, right? I spoke about the thickness here. So thickness tells about the thickness of the weapon, right? Tells about the breadth of wound, and the width of the, I spoke about the length tells the depth, and the width tells the length of the wound. So this is what you have to understand that. And I spoke about the thickness which tells the breadth of the wound. What do you mean by breadth of the wound? If this is the wound here, so this becomes the length and this becomes the breadth, right? It becomes, the thickness tells the breadth of the wound. So I spoke about the fish type, I spoke about all the penetrating wounds. So with this we finished with that. And remember that in the stab wound, the depth of the wound is greater than the length or the breadth. So of course, right, because the depth corresponds to the length of the sword. So this is all you have to understand regarding this introduction. So in the next session we'll be dealing about the abrasion in detail, right? Thank you. Let's meet in the next session.